Friday, March 22nd edition of the Carolina Weather Video, and it feels more like January out there this morning than the month of March. In fact, look at Banner Elk. It's a live look from that camera up there during the 5 o'clock hour. 10 degrees in Banner Elk, a light northwest wind, the dew point down at around 6 degrees, and it was a very chilly day yesterday. Look at these numbers. These are the actual high temperatures recorded yesterday. 43 in Greensboro, 47 degrees the high in Charlotte, 46 in Raleigh, 51 in Fayetteville, sub-freezing all day long in many mountain spots. And boy, it's cold out there this morning. Look at all the 20s on the board across the Piedmont. 28 in Charlotte, 29 degrees in Fayetteville. Even the coast down around freezing, well below freezing up in Elizabeth City. Look at Boone at 18 degrees, lots of cold air around. Now on the radar, nothing here, but let me pan off to the west, show you what's going on. You have some rain, parts of Alabama, down into Georgia. There's been a little bit of snow mixed in with some of this rain in parts of North Alabama, and especially North Georgia. Back to the west, some rain in Mississippi and Arkansas. You get up toward the Ozarks, there's some snow mixed in. There's been a little bit of snow in parts of western Tennessee and Kentucky, southern Illinois as well. And this is just the very beginnings, the first little wave of precipitation with this next developing system. Low pressure right now over Texas will gradually move off to the east, so kind of a wet day across many locations in the deep south. Now, as we go on into tomorrow, some of that rain will move across Georgia, South Carolina, and tonight too, and probably southern parts of North Carolina. I think the I-40 corridor and points north largely staying dry tomorrow, but then we get into Sunday, a much different scenario. This is 4 o'clock in the morning Sunday, and there comes that massive rain. Looks like a very wet period for us Saturday night into Sunday morning at least, and some lingering rain Sunday afternoon. And look at that snow cranking. Kentucky and the Virginias, and we'll see if some of those snowflakes can make it down into the northern tier of North Carolina as well. GFS keeps the accumulating snow north of most of North Carolina. Now again, the mountains will be an exception. The European model, though, does mix in some wet snow in there, all the way down to roughly Interstate 85. And the RPM model does pretty much the same, although the snow line's a little further to the north. So again, this is mainly for the Triad areas, the Charlotte areas, certainly the Triangle areas. This is a mainly rain event, but I can't rule out a few snowflakes mixing in before the event draws to a close. And again, a lot of cold air right now over the eastern parts of the country. So here's what is happening in the upper levels. This is the European 500 millibar chart for today. You'll notice that next trough diving in as we get into the weekend. This is overnight Sunday night and Monday morning. Pretty powerful closed upper air low near the Ohio River that by 96 hours is exiting off the Maryland coast. Again, that's the European model. Here's what it looks like on the surface with the European model. This is early this evening. And then we get out to 42 hours, so this would be tomorrow afternoon, Saturday afternoon. You see that rain through Georgia, South Carolina, the southern tier of North Carolina. But then we get the main piece of energy moving in. So this is Sunday morning, right around daybreak. And you have, again, somewhat of that Miller B scenario unfolding, one low there, coastal low beginning to form, and very well-defined cold air damming set up east of the mountains. So that is what it looks like at 60 hours Sunday morning, right as the precipitation moves in. The 850 millibar temperature is largely just above freezing across North Carolina. But if you look carefully, you see a couple of dots of some sub-freezing temperatures up at 5,000 feet in northern and northwestern parts of North Carolina as that precip first moves in. Now we go out to 72 hours. This is Sunday evening. Your coastal low developing, still one low over eastern Kentucky and Tennessee. And at that point in time, I think here we go. There's the 850 millibar temperatures for 72 hours, and that freezing line at 5,000 feet hanging near or just south of the North Carolina-Virginia border region. And then finally, the last chart I'll show you with this system for the European is Monday morning as that low pressure pulls away. Still some lingering moisture on the back side. Now the Canadian model, a couple of charts from that, this is what it looks like as we get on into Sunday morning. A wintry mix in the mountains and maybe the foothills initially on the Canadian model, and then we get on out to as the system is pulling away. And again, you see that potential for a few snowflakes mixing in on the backside, I-40 and points north. And let's see, I think I stuck the GFS in here as well. We'll take a peek at that. Here's the GFS Sunday morning. Similar overall look in terms of the precipitation fields. as that system first pulls in. Then we go out to 72 hours, one low entering West Virginia, another one along the coast. And looks like the bottom line here is it looks like a very chilly rain for us as we go through Sunday, beginning Saturday night into Sunday. Now the snow probabilities from the WPC. There's your 1-inch snow probabilities, good chance of that in many mountain spots, and those probabilities do extend across the Virginia border areas. And there are your 4-inch snow probabilities, really confined to the mountains. But so that's kind of the deal here. Looks like a very chilly rainforest later in the weekend. Can't rule out a few snowflakes mixing in at some point over North Carolina, northern parts of North Carolina, but it does not at this point look like a big deal. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.